to Recreate Play. This is the Hot Lab. Myself, Mike, my man Michael Vinyl. We call him Vinyl. How are we today?
We are great, and we're here to talk to you today about the livery reveals, the very exciting O2 Arena Super Show, Mike.
Right? It was huge, a huge event. Like, obviously, normally we get, all 10 teams presenting on their own. They're responsible for their own reveals. This time, it was like an awards show. Everybody presented all at once, and it seemed like each team took charge of how they revealed individually. Their own thing, but they were at certain stages revealed all together on a grid-like thing on stage. It was a massive event. You had music, you had lighting, you had dancers. It was a bit over the top. What do you think?
That's the new era of Formula One. I think we're here to put on the show, and the show is only getting bigger. And figuratively, literally, kind of. I mean, there's a movie, so it's big.
It is. What did you think overall? General first impressions. Did you like it like this all at once, or?
Am I allowed to admit that I liked it?
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
Yeah,
It's always kind of like, people are always resistant to change, and I guess everything which is new is always kind of a little bit strange at first, but I kind of liked it because, traditionally before, you've only had the old livery reveals, in some back room at the headquarters, and it was just like a sort of very low key event. But I think bringing it to the fans, putting the drivers up on display, I think it was fun.
Cool. Yeah, I like that take. And I think it forced everybody to bring their A game in terms of presentation. Normally, you'll see some teams have a little low key presentation. Some will even come up with a computer generated graphic. This time it forced everybody to bring their A game presentation wise and to show out. Everyone had to drop their pants all at once. You know what I mean? It wasn't as if anybody could just soft it and not show. Everybody had to show on the same day. It wasn't like in previous years where we've seen, say, Williams not present anything. On this day, everyone had to show up.
Paddy Lowe had to present a car.
Yeah.
Or not.
Are you okay with your graphic there? Do we need to...
Yeah. Can we just get the graphic up?
Yes, sorry. We just got some technical issues. Okay.
Up. I killed it. Mike got it back.
We're back.
So,
first cab off the rank, it's...
Stake F1 Team Kick Sauber.
Yeah, okay. So, first impressions, how do you make ugly less ugly?
I don't know. You make it gradiated from green to black.
Yeah. I mean, the green is a nicer green, I have to admit. Last year's green was a really strong fluorescent, hyper radioactive green, I think you call it. It sucked. It was the ugliest car in the grid by far. This year, it's still fugly, but it looks a little bit better, but it's never going to look good with green. What did you think?
I don't know. I had more of a technical issue. I had grave concerns for the wheelman on the rear tyres. Because with Stake's pit stop problems, can they find where the nut is on the rear tyre?
Oh, good point.
It's so dark and a black hole. Sorry, Kick, you need to improve your pit stops.
That's true.
This is not the way.
The front wheel looks like it's an easy thing to target, right? But the back one, I mean...
Rear guy in Singapore... He got no chance.
Yeah, when things are spinning at a high velocity and you have to make split-second, impressions, you pick out colours and shapes. That is all one colour, all one shape. So how the F is anybody going to work with that? It's tough. Look, I think it looks better, which isn't to say much. Last year it was a hideous design. The cutouts of the... Sorry, you haven't got a cursor here, but the cutout of the black on the top front nose looked shite. This year, at least, the logo sponsors are all a uniform black colour. It looks at least cohesive.
It looks designed, as opposed to some guy got a highlighted texture and just went over a black car and decided to highlight a few key points like the last car.
So the front of the thing, I don't mind with the sponsors. The back, with the repetition of Stake everywhere, I don't love it. You know what I mean? I don't need to see Stake 4 times on my livery. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just like they forgot to do the back.
Yeah.
Guys, we did the front, looks good.
It's like a placeholder, right? Yeah. Like Stake, like logo goes here.
That's right.
Stake.
It does.
And until then we put Stake. What is Stake anyway? Is that another crypto thing?
Yeah, it could only be crypto. It's a crypto bro brand.
We were talking about that before we went online, like how, in the last era, all the sponsors were cigarette brands, alcohol brands. Now it's been run over by,
Mate, you're just jumping to McLaren, aren't you? You're just previewing what might be later in the video. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there.
What are these companies? Like, I've never heard of them. No one hears about
They're
this.
to take your money and make someone else rich.
Right? Like, these aren't internationally known brands, but yet they dominate our sport, and we see them all the time. I don't know. I feel like a steak.
Yeah, no, I feel like Husky chocolate. Have you eaten that, Mike? Or a rich energy drink? I feel like one of those too. But no, I can't have them because I've never seen them in a shop.
In a shop. Okay, so
moving on.
Steak. What do we give it? Out of 10.
It's got to be a 2.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah, I give it 3.
Oh, yeah, 3 for the gradation. From the gradation.
Okay, 3? 3 or 2?
3. Whoever did the gradation from green to black, it took a modicum of effort, and that deserves it.
It's an improvement from last year, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have to use the green. Maybe it's part of the steak, branding. But in that case, change that to steak. No one wants to give their money to that color. That is Kermit the Frog. That sucks.
Talking of sucks, like, I don't want to preview it too badly, but let's move on to the regally named Williams Racing.
Right.
No sponsorship in the name, but the car, it's a blue car with white writing. Like, there's no livery, it's just a blue car.
Yeah.
They just stuck some more white writing on. But shout out to Atlassian. Mike Cannon-Brooks, Australian. Go Australia.
Yeah.
But, it's a blue car with white writing.
It's a blue car. Last year, at least, you had some black elements. There was some nice cutouts and shapes and geometry there. There is the front of the wing of the car is slightly darker than the back of the car, and we see there just isn't enough emphasis in the gradation from blue to dark blue to navy blue.
And, and someone designed the wording in Microsoft Excel. Should we make it horizontal? Make everything horizontal. Should we write on the car horizontally?
Yeah.
Make it horizontal.
Yeah, it's not that impressive. Obviously, the Duracell cutout is a highlight. That's clever. I do like that. But the rest of the car is just unimpressive. It doesn't stick out. It doesn't look good when it's moving. It doesn't look good when it's parked. There's just nothing interesting about it visually. I'm a bit bummed out. At least last year you had the black contrast at the front of the car. Some carbon fiber elements as well last year. This year, there's just nothing interesting to look at.
No, there's no livery. There's no livery. I don't know. Like, my eyes don't get drawn across the car. I just don't focus on anything. I just look away. I think.
Yeah, it's a shame they could have.
Sorry, Williams.
They could have used the Golf sponsor, that classic Golf logo. They could have featured that somehow.
Didn't pay enough.
Yeah, didn't pay enough, so it gets relegated to the back behind the wheel. Yeah, look, Atlassian looks good. I think that's a nice looking logo. They could have featured that nicely, that shape, somewhere into it. Maybe get rid of the word Atlassian and just have the shape of that logo somewhere on the back wing. It's a nice silhouette. They could have incorporated into the lines of the car. But other than that, yeah, bit meh, bit nothing burger. What do you give it out of 10?
Let's go 3.5.
3.5.
It's slightly better than Kick. Just because Kick's a bit ugly, but
I'm gonna give it 5. I mean, it's meh. It's not good. It's not bad. So it's meh. I don't know. What do you think of the car in of itself, despite the livery? I mean, obviously, the teams aren't showing their full-on silhouettes yet. Does it still look as bulky as last year to you, or does it look more aerodynamic? What do you think?
I don't know. It's weird to see Williams in one piece, so I'm not really sure. Like, Colapinto tried really hard, Sargent tried really hard, and seeing it in one piece, it's unusual. So
they should have wheeled it out like in parts. Like, this is how you will see the car as debris.
Derelict Williams.
being tracked. Derelict. My balls.
And Hulkenberg walks over. My balls.
Oh, too good. All right, so you gave it a 3.5. I give it a 5.
Okay.
And now we go to Liam Lawson's ex-team and Paul Yuki's current team.
And the longest name, the official name, I think I can do this in one breath. It's like trying to sing Happy Birthday or something when someone's got a long name. Visa Cash App Racing Bulls Formula One team. I'm out of breath. I'm done.
Wow. Okay, so they've rebranded themselves again as sort of Red Bull 2, which, they're meant to be this whole team on their own, but they're still a B team, clearly. No matter how many times they rebrand it, it's always a B or a 2 behind it. Damn. Even though they've moved in the same factory, I think, they still are very much a junior team in terms of aesthetics again.
Yeah, I don't know. The first thing came to mind was Big Bird. When I saw the nose, I'm like, that's a big bird nose. It's yellow. It's sticking out. It's there.
For me, last year's livery was better, I think. I think this year is a step backwards. There's just too many colours on it for me. You got green from the cow shop. You got the Hugo Boss logo. You got the colour theme from the Red Bull, the yellow, the red, the white, and the blue as well from Visa. There's just too many things going on. Talk about clashing colours. Jesus.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, things I do like. Sorry,
okay.
Mike, you go first.
Okay. I mean, they forgot about the wheels. They missed the opportunity to plaster another colour on there.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're going to put yellow accents, just put yellow wheels on it or something. Just go nuts.
I think the accenting, if you're going to use accents, the wheels is a good opportunity to put that.
Yeah.
I like the Visa on the back, on the, what do you call that? On the
side pod?
On the side pod, sorry. Yeah, that flows nicely, I think. They're a big sponsor. That flows okay. The Hugo, I would have liked that in the same colour, maybe, a blue, so the colour flows there. I don't mind the white elements of the car. They flow nicely. Even the Red Bull is situated in a nice thing. The Red Bull facing forward, it flows onto the nose and onto the halo. It's just too many colours. And I even don't mind this little pattern of the blue Red Bulls behind the Red Bull, but keep it consistent.
Yeah,
in terms of
the thing
colours.
I like about it, I like the colour blocking. It makes the car look a bit lithe. How the black bit kind of blends into the background, and you can focus on that white part, and it looks kind of slim for a modern F1 car, which is rare because a modern F1 car is freaking huge.
Yeah, good point. The colour blocking leans forward. It's all very angular.
It's dynamic.
It's dynamic. It makes it look like it's moving even when it's still.
Like Williams, which is written with a typewriter on the side of the thing horizontally.
Yeah. I just think, with a bit of colour cohesiveness, it could have really come together and looked nice.
Potential. There's potential.
Yeah, but, putting dollar signs on your car just looks tacky, man. Put guns and dollar signs and bling and...
They may as well put the fake bullet hole stickers on the side as well, just for a little bit of extra tack.
It just looks trash with all those colours and logos,
I had some of those stickers on my Holden Cruise. I thought I'd put it onto the Lasvegasgp car.
I like a cohesive colour scheme. Have all the logos on the nose one colour. And, make the car the feature rather than the brands.
You're an aesthete, Michael Newen. You're an aesthete, aren't you?
What can I say? It's what I do.
I like your insights.
So, there's too many colours going on. But last year, they didn't have much to go from. But, let's give it a number.
Yeah. I quite like it, 6.5.
6.5? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 5 again. I'll give it a 5.
It
had potential.
Doesn't make the old one look a bit old? It looks a bit like a mid-2000s Red Bull can, the old one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think it had potential to look really cool, is the thing, I think they should have split off from the other Red Bull team and have their own even Red Bull signage and logos. This was an opportunity to rebrand the whole brand and to make it unique, So... It's almost there. Make Red Bull the edgy younger brother of the original Red Bull. You know what I mean? Make it cool.
You're a marketing manager too, Mike.
Of course, that's what we're here for. Our opinions, Mike.
That's absolutely it. Maybe I just got PTSD from buying too many Red Bull special edition cans at Pontoon in 2008 or something like that. That's why it all came back.
Okay.
Anyway,
so what do we got next?
The next one we've got is the MoneyGram Haas F1 team, introduced in true Americana, even though it's sponsored by Toyota now. Did Toyota get a look in on the new one?
Okay.
What are your first thoughts about any changes or no changes on this one?
This is the least changes of any car, I think. The only significant difference I can see is the nose, the black has been cut off, so it doesn't extend all the way down, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, it now abruptly stops.
Where's Toyota? Where's the official GR I mean, GR, it is the correct colours, but like, where's the technical sponsorship, partnership? Maybe they totally didn't put any money in. Maybe they're just putting engineering expertise towards the thing because, there's
I mean,
very the same.
they've squeezed in a few more logos, but here you can see a clear distinction between the brand, the team, and the logos. I feel like last year everything was on that black. Here it cuts off, and then you see the teams. I don't know. The flow of it just stops abruptly for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like the way that the color blocking is on the new one, it reminds me of like a Newman Haas, like early 90s IndyCar kind of look. Where it doesn't. Yeah, it's conservative.
It's conservative. It's the least. The smallest change I could see from last year of all the cars. You could have rolled out last year's car, and no one would have picked the difference side by side. So, not much of a change.
I was shocked though when the drives came. I'm like, "What the fuck's Hulkenberg?"
Right?
I was like, "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "Oh, that's that guy." Okay. Behrman and.
What do you give it?
I like it less than Racing Bulls, so I'm going to give it a. Do I like it more than Williams? I like it the same as Williams. I can't give it a 5.
Williams, you gave 3.5.
Oh, sorry. Who did I give 5 to?
You didn't give 5 to any. You gave RB2 6.5, and you gave Kick 3.
Oh, I got the shortest memory ever. Like, it's magic.
Okay, so who what do you give this?
I'm going to give it a 5. I think it's a pass. It's a pass.
Okay.
It's a 5.
I'm going to give it a. I'm going to give it a 4. I think. Just the lack of innovation, the lack of change, but
maybe my 5 is because I feel nothing. I feel nothing towards this.
It's meh, right?
It's meh. It's meh.
Nothing burger again.
Yeah.
All right, now we come to Ryan Reynolds' collapsing fortune team. Are we
going to buy some of that discount Aviator gin when it when eventually folds that company or what?
Mr. Blake Lively, now's your chance to get away. Okay, wrong channel. But we have Alpine. What sticks out to you first?
What sticks out is that the BWT, trying to bring back the pink Mercedes, couldn't get there all the way, but they're pushing the pink more onto the car. And they did a big colour splash on the front.
Yeah.
And they're like, yep, from the front, we own this.
Yeah, the BWT to me doesn't look good in that strong pink with the drop outline. I preferred last year's colour. I liked last year's colour blocking.
Yes.
I think that was far more speedy and cool. This year, I don't know. It just seems.
Where was the meaning on the pink halo?
Yeah.
When did they go pink halo and they went pink halo?
Right. Blue and pink, they kind of go well together, but they just the contrast is just too hard and in the wrong spots here.
Yes.
I feel like I like the white against the blue. If BW2 was maybe in a white, and the Alpine logo at the back also seems really abrupt.
And last year they had funky wheels. This year they got nothing.
Yeah, right. And the halo again, as you said, in pink, it just looks trashy. I don't like that.
Yeah, every time the drivers get in their car, they hold onto the pink halo and think, really?
Like stripper pole. Like it looks wrong, and it looks like two different cars put together. You took the front of one car and the back of another. You took the pink Mercedes from back in the day, and you took Alpine last year, and you smashed it together. It doesn't look cohesive.
But at least, Jack, please enjoy it while it lasts. Please, Jack, stay around.
I haven't got much more to say on Alpine's colour scheme and their livery. What do you think?
Yeah, the pink writing on the blue background looks kind of like a bit kindergarten compared to their old kind of. At least their old one stood out, like the other white background. But yeah.
Okay. So what do we give it out of 10? Alpine.
At least I feel something. Sorry, Haz. I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 6. Actually, I know I was very critical of it, but
the pink halo's growing on you.
Yeah, I mean it's got problems with its design to me, but at least it's
the blue
modest.
Metallic is not bad, ish.
That blue chrome's nice.
Yeah.
I like that chrome.
Yeah.
It's the pink because you got a blue chrome and then you've got a very matte pink.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look
no, that's not
good against each other.
No.
So
that matte pink logo on the side pod. That's in that sort of like kind of clumsy font.
Yeah.
No good.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, BWT. We like your
What do we
water
got next?
filtration.
We got Aston Martin.
Aramco Formula
Aramco.
One team.
Yeah, what do you think of this?
It's more of the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the things that strike out to me immediately are that Madden at the top.
The Duracell rip-off.
Yeah, around the area.
What is
And
Madden?
I'm not sure.
It's not Steve
Crypto.
Madden. It's for crypto. It's not Steve
Yeah.
Madden shoes. I think are they still around?
No, and obviously the top half of the car is that classic turquoise, and the bottom half is black.
Yeah.
You've got some nice cutouts in some nice angular shapes there.
I don't mind the accenting on the wheels.
It's this one.
mean,
Yeah,
that's-
actually the wheels looks okay.
It's probably faint praise, but yeah, I mean, classic Aston Martin looks okay.
It looks okay actually. This one
if it's
actually,
a fast car, it'll look better.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Right.
If it's a slow car, it'll look terrible. But then again, you've got a fast driver and a slow driver in the team, so maybe depending on the weekend, it might look different.
I think it'll look good on Alonso. It'll look shit on Stroll. Can we say it like that?
That's exactly hit the nail on the head. That's basically it.
I think this is the best looking livery for me so far. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I like it. It's
It's
solid.
everything that the others aren't, which
Yeah.
is cohesive,
Yeah.
understated, and elegant.
Yes.
Which is rare in Formula One
And
these
Aston
days.
Martin had a singer, like a real singer rather than a DJ.
Did they?
Yeah, they had the kind of like James Bond theme going on.
Oh, did they?
I'm sure
Nice. I
they
didn't see the
paid
full thing.
they paid a royalty for that. I'm sure because Daddy Stroll's got
Yeah.
some cash, as he's shown. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I don't like at the back is the Aramco gradient from green to
Yeah.
turquoise.
Which clashes totally with the rest of the green on the
Make
car.
it cohesive all along, make it flow from front to back, and I think it would have looked tight. Overall, it's okay for a modern Formula One car.
Yeah.
What
What are you rating it,
give
Mike? I'm going to rate it over the RB. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah.
Your ratings are very critical, Mike, which is fair enough. Fair enough.
I
I'm
think,
not saying it's bad or
I think
good.
I've been watching Tommy and Matt too much. Tommy and Matt always give a rating between 0 and 10, and often it's a 3. So
Yeah, right.
let's move on to
Like,
Mercedes. Officially Mercedes AMG Petronas, capital letters Petronas, Formula One team.
this is a bit of a throwback to. It's got elements of kind of every year thrown together.
And I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it. What do you think? Tell me your first impressions.
Silver. I just saw the silver. I'm like, yeah, Mercedes. Silver
Yes.
arrows. Boom.
Yes.
But combine it with that sort of like kind of menacing black on the bottom. I like the stripe on the side of that, what do you call the front nose cone?
Yes.
Giving that kind of a direction and shape and slightly old school F1 vibes. Makes the nose look kind of like longer and sharper. I like the airbox in silver as well. Like, yeah. I never thought I'd be excited about a Mercedes livery.
No, it looks cool. Yeah, black is back. You can't go wrong with an all black car with a little bit of touch of color. That Petronas sort of Tiffany blue, just cutting through it reminds me a little bit of the W11 sort of shape, how it just sort of flowed from the back to the front.
And we've lost that incongruous red on the top,
yes.
that Ineos on
They've
top.
lost Ineos. I agree with you. I think that it's congruous.
Yes.
It just works.
Yes.
They've kept all their sponsors to the same sort of color scheme, from IWC to who else am I reading there? I can't even read the sponsors. To Petronas.
Petronas, which is red slightly more
CPM.
sort of subtly on the side pod as well, rather than the old block on the side.
Yeah, the size of the logos is nice and subtle. It's not like it's popping up with a massive AMG like previous years. Everything flows.
Yeah.
So bigger sponsors, bigger size fonts at the back, smaller size sponsors, smaller fonts at the front. Things just work.
Yeah, it's in proportion. It's in
It's in
harmony.
proportion. Yeah. I like it. They had a
job,
good presentation. I think this is the best looking car so far. I can't really fault it. Yeah, it looks good. It's a good looking car. I think it sounds like it's going to be a fast car too.
Yeah. Like, fingers crossed. We'll hopefully got a championship on our hands. The last year of this particular formula. And I don't know any more comments. We're going to rate. I'm excited.
I love it. What do you think? What are you going to? I'm going to give it 9.
I'm going to go 9. Going to go 9.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay, so
I've never thought I'd be this excited about Mercedes. I'm excited.
yeah, same. It's a shame. Lewis might miss out on a sexy looking car, but he's found another. But we'll get to that. So next up, is, who would have thought we'd see Red Bull here in this slot in 7th?
That's right. Oracle Red Bull Racing.
Wow. Okay. What you go first? What do you think?
I think it's
first
the
of all-
same, isn't it? Isn't it the same?
It's the same.
Isn't it the same?
I mean, first of all, the presentation they brought out.
Please go
You
ahead,
you
Mike.
go.
Tell us about the present. Oh.
Oh, you had something to say about this, Mike.
Like when I first came out, I was like, "Wow, are we on Broadway? Is this the scene of the stage production of Rent? Is there some extras dancing around in multicultural limbo about wanting to pay rent? This is it. This is Broadway." But no.
Red Bull.
Yeah. I saw Liam Lawson walking out. I couldn't take my eyes off the people dancing in the background. The newest thing about this whole presentation was Liam Lawson's non-parted haircut with no centre part. It's now got the spike.
Oh, this was so cringe. Like, where did they get these? Like, just a bunch of dancers from an extras agency. Like, that girl at the front knows nothing about Formula One. I guarantee you. The Asian one. And they're dancing like they've won a car. Like, this was so cringe. Whoever thought of this in marketing, like, you know what will set us apart from the other teams? A bunch of cool young kids dancing around the car. I hope you all scratched it while you went past it. This was so cringe. I was embarrassed for them. Okay.
Like, if they're going to try and like encapsulate pop culture, couldn't they get like a breakdancer or something and some other kind of like cool street cred and like put a couple of people out there? Yeah,
but
not
less
just like
is
people
more.
jumping. Oh, it was a crowd. You couldn't see Verstappen.
Just get
or
like
Liam.
Get Kendrick Lamar or some kind of rapper or some popular singer. I don't know. I don't find
Anyone
pop
but
music.
take that.
But this was just so lame and so fake and so contrived.
It was
and
so
rehearsed.
and so cringe.
It was so cringe.
Sorry, Red Bull.
Sorry, Red Bull,
You think
you
you're the
effed up.
zeitgeist of cool. It was so cringe.
Okay,
Okay.
let's be nice now. Okay, what do you think of the actual livery?
It flows. I mean,
Okay.
it looks fast, I suppose, because everything's kind of like slim and flowing along, like oracles kind of flowing along the side. I don't know, the car looks quite dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Red Bull car. They always sort of stick to this classic colour scheme, this kind of blocking.
Yes.
It's just variations of the same shit each year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just not excited by it.
No.
I would have liked something fresh, something new. The tyres look okay, I guess, but they're like last year's.
Yeah,
There's just nothing new to look at, but...
Like, honestly, like, if they use different coloured tape on the seams rather than the
Right.
clashy one, that would
Right.
be the most exciting thing about this scheme to me.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just give us something new, Red Bull. You know, be creative, be daring. You can still pay respect to the brand and give us something fresh to look at.
It's
you know,
not as if it's a 50-year-old brand.
No.
You can still do something.
Yeah, do something new. I can't give it too many points because it hasn't really stepped outside of itself. So
Is this better than Aston Martin, or is this the same as Aston Martin? Is this worse?
I think for me it's worse. What are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it the same as Aston 7.
Okay.
It's classic in a non-classic way.
I'm going to give it a 6. I think it looks very blocky to me still.
Mm-hmm.
Red Bull has always flowed that bull on its top quite well, but this
Yeah.
year I feel like it's not as integrated. I'd like a larger silhouette like we saw a couple of years ago that sort of sits on the car.
Couldn't they go a bit oversized?
Yeah,
Surely
go
they could-
oversized.
the car can take it.
Yeah.
The brand can take it.
The brand can take.
That's right.
Hopefully they give us some fresher liveries during the year. They give us some good liveries
Like a Monaco livery?
at Monaco or in Suzuka. Sometimes they give us some interesting liveries mid-year.
Home race.
Home race. So that's when they tend to shine with their liveries. But their base one, bit meh. So what did we give? Okay, you gave it 7. I gave it 6.
Yeah.
2 more to go.
Okay.
Sexy time.
Scuderia Ferrari HP
Okay.
is the official name.
The thing that sticks out to me is that HP.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Yeah, you go. You go.
So, obviously the colour red with Ferrari is very synonymous with various eras. And I understand that Schumacher's Ferrari had lots of white on it all over the wings, But it was a different red. It was the light red. It was the Schumacher era red. It was red and white. This is Scarlet Ferrari. This is classic Ferrari. This is 1988 Ferrari colour. And 1988 Ferrari does not have a freaking huge white thing down the side with a white wing. What does have in that era is a Dallara, which is like Scuderia Italia, which is the fake imitation rubbish back of the field Ferrari. And that's what this reminds me of.
Man, I hate it for the same reasons. You have the most classic colour of Ferrari, the red. Obviously,
The
we see
deep blood red.
deep blood red. We
The
see
passion red.
sometimes we see it darker, sometimes we see it lighter, but every year it's a classic colour. You got the best starting point for a car. But this year you've decided to emphasise that shell on the side, that massive shell logo. Yeah, they pay for it, but put it somewhere that maybe in the center like last year, or that, and you've got that beautiful prancing horse, feature it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This year you've just plastered white logos everywhere from Ray-Ban, Peroni, Siva. It just, I like this, I like cars with a side piece that it's a little bit cleaner.
Yes.
And then, of course, we get to the HP. I get why, okay?
Oh, totally.
They couldn't put a blue on it against the red, so they thought, you know, we need to have it against the white background so it doesn't clash. This makes it look even worse.
Yeah.
This looks like a post-it note on the side of a classic car. Oh, it sucks,
and
man.
HP wanted that separation from any other logo, so they put a huge white block
Yeah.
and put the HP right at the top, so that there was no other logo on that little white section there.
Yeah.
Is the huge white section down the side of the car.
It totally spoils the look of the car because other than that, you have a good-looking car, but the livery is spoiled everywhere.
Deep
to me.
red with white wings, front wing, rear wing.
It doesn't
with
flow
the
at
HP as
all.
well, like these misplaced little HP logos on the wing, no cohesion Ferrari.
Yeah, and even the shell logo, it doesn't look good because you've got a curve there on the side piece that just sort of deforms the shape of the shell in a way.
Yeah.
Things just don't sit well. The logos don't sit
No, it doesn't.
neatly.
It's not draped. It's not wrapped well.
Yes, thank you. You know, it just, they didn't place these liveries well this year.
And there's lots of them. It's a
And
bit.
there's
It's a bit.
so many
It's a bit.
sponsors. Oh my God, there's a lot of sponsors on this car this year. I mean, they better be spending that cash because they've paid for it with an ugly freaking car.
Yeah, like red wheels don't do anything for me with that. With all the rest of it, like there's no redeeming or quality there.
Last year was such a better looking car.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
am I wrong here? Like
No,
to
no,
me,
you're
the
absolutely
yellow,
right.
red, and black last year
No,
really flowed.
Seeing Carlos Sainz Sr. driving that beautiful red car around Fiorano, that looked good.
Yeah.
This does not.
This does not. And the front wing again, you return to that scheme of the white, the blue, the black. That blocking just looks atrocious. Last year, you had a lovely red that flowed from the nose to the front wing.
Yep.
You know, and this
Yep.
cohesion here around this point.
Yep.
Here it just stops abruptly, and then you go to white, and then you come back to red. There's no flow.
No,
it just
and it
doesn't
doesn't make
work.
the car shape look good. Like this is by itself. Like you don't go, that's a good looking
Yeah.
shape. Like it, you can't. I don't know the shape. It just
Yeah, the
doesn't
silhouette of the colours just doesn't look
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Last year you had a nice red arrow.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah, yes,
It
yes.
looks fast from above and
Yes.
from the side. Here, these colours don't work. There's too many of them, and you've interrupted a classic colour scheme with this HP logo. Sucks.
Yeah.
I can't condone this at all.
Nah.
I can't abide this. What do you give it? The dude does not abide. Okay.
Steak did too little at 3.5. Ferrari did way too much at 3.5. It's 3.5.
Okay. I give it 4. I can't give it any more than that, and that's only because you've got red, so you're already starting at an advantage. Like you already get 4 points for being just red.
Red.
Like, you know.
Base up. You didn't improve on the
You didn't
4. You
improve.
just stayed at that 4.
Like, if you get that base livery in the Formula 1 games and you like create a car, that's what like my dumbass neighbor would have done with it when he's allowed to come over and play on my sim. He's 8. Okay? Oh, it just sucks.
So this is a case. I think this is like a livery by committee. They had a committee, and the committee said, "Yep, let's have as many meetings as possible. We'll resolve nothing, and we'll just put everything on the car."
Michael's been spending a lot of time in board meetings, as you can tell. This was, and the department was shouting. Oh man, they allowed everybody to have space in this car.
They did. This was not a single vision. One man. This was no one guy in a room dressing as a current martini livery with flowing kind of chains.
Sorry, Brian. Let's do that.
Alright, going to get better again. Anyway, on to a, I think, great presentation with showcasing their storied and illustrious history. We have a McLaren Formula One team.
Wow. Okay. So what do we think of this one? It's kind of hard to see from the photos. The thing that sticks out to me is the chrome wheels. Google Chrome, that is, like last year. It looks very similar to last year, though.
Yes.
To me.
I think in that sort of rear third section, emphasise that kind of triangular angularity that they're kind of going for.
Okay, yeah.
Compared,
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's got more of a, I don't know, rhombic kind of shape to the car.
Yeah. They've really played with that sort of computer graphic pixelated theme throughout the car from that OKX sponsor.
Yes.
And that's sort of followed it from the front to the back with a lot of other elements.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I feel the same. Like, I think it's kind of like interestingly dynamic, but not in a, wow, that looks really cohesive and flowing kind of way.
Yeah, I don't love the massive chrome across the back. I think the wheels speak enough to chrome. I don't love the nose as much as I liked it last year. I think, sorry, the halo. Yeah, what else is there? What do you
My first impression when Lando and Oscar walked onto the stage is the way the colour cut is on their suit is that the orange kind of goes down to their kind of upper knee across. It looks like one of those like salsa dancers in competition skirts where it's like cut sharply down to the knee. And it looked kind of awkward when they were walking.
Yeah,
that's probably a pretty terrible observation. That's what I noticed.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the cuts are weird. Let's just say the cuts on both the race suit and the car are slightly weird.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I agree. It doesn't... The shape's cut irrespective of how the car flows, it seems to me.
Yes.
It doesn't pay respect to actually how the car is shaped.
That's exactly right. Just like the race suit. It's like, this is cut slightly across my crotch. Maybe it shouldn't be cut that way.
Arrows pointing towards the balls.
Exactly. Like some of those Olympian kind of like swimming or cycling suits or something like that. It's like, guys, you probably should have thought about the colour blocking before you approved that one for the Olympics.
Yeah. Okay, let's give this guy a score. What do you think?
Do I like it more than RB? I think it's interesting. I like it more than RB. Do I like it more than Aston Martin? Yeah, I'm going to give 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
I give it a 6. Again, I got to put it with Red Bull. Actually, I'll give it a 7. Sorry, I stand corrected. 7. It's not that bad. It's just uninteresting compared to last year. It's more of the same, but it's not offensive.
But McLaren are going to try and create a dynasty.
Right.
Like they showed their previous cars with the historic schemes, the Marlboro McLaren, the Vodafone McLaren. These things were iconic. They're trying to create papaya dynasty.
Yeah,
with
something
this
immediate, something recognizable, something just synonymous with the McLaren brand, right? Even though I'll always think of the 80s McLaren color scheme, that red or white. I mean, at least this is unique, and so they're trying for something new, I guess.
Yes.
So, anything else on the presentation? Let's I guess wrap it up, Mike.
Yeah.
Arnold, what any other comments?
Ooh.
As a whole, what do you think of the liveries this year?
As a whole, I think that they're good. They're good. I mean, F1's never going to be revolutionary. It's always going to be evolutionary because of the teams, the sponsors, and so forth. That. It's not like IndyCar where they're going to go, for next race we'll have a completely new sponsor. But I think that half the field did okay. I think the people that didn't do okay really didn't do okay.
Yeah, right. Compared to last year, what do we think? Is it an improvement, or are we stepping back in terms of?
Mercedes brings up the average, so
yeah. I think Mercedes for me, Aston Martin, they were the standouts. The rest of them.
Yeah, I think because I hate the Ferrari so much, it's overall it's worse.
Yeah. Ferrari.
I don't want to say that.
Ferrari has always been the cool car on the grid. Now
Yes.
you have the cool guy in the cockpit, and
Yeah.
it's just not a good-looking car.
Yeah. Wasn't he gonna bring like Tommy Hilfiger and his
Yeah.
merry band to make Ferrari even cooler?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not a model car that people are going to be like,
No.
wow, I don't care what year Ferrari that is, I'm going to have that in my model collection.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
It doesn't stick out to me as an iconic car like we've seen in the past from Ferrari.
No.
So, yeah, it's tough when the best, most iconic brand isn't bringing it with their livery.
No, the A-game.
So, yeah, we'll see. But Mercedes looks cool.
Mm.
I gotta say, Mercedes looks great this year. And people are saying there are whispers that's a fast car too. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited for Kimi Antonelli and
Yeah.
his new steed.
So what's next? You and Chris are going to the Race of Champions, I think.
We are planning for Race of Champions, so
That's gonna be
fingers crossed we
exciting.
get tickets. And yeah, we're going to check out some of the world superstars hopefully going around.
Yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully we can get some coverage of that.
Yes.
Other than that, the season is starting soon. How long are we out now? Like a month or
It's
so?
middle of March, now 20th of February, so we've got about... It's under 4
Got to
weeks.
clear our calendars. It's starting soon, guys. So come back here for all the coverage. It's Recreate Play. Vinyl, Mike, thanks for having us. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay, thanks for that.